So there's a lot of hypothesis of aging. One of the key foundation for me, the hypothesis of aging, is that we believe and we mirror our cultural understanding of aging. If a 60-year-old is supposed to look like that, maybe when I get to 60, I'm going to look like that. So we subconsciously believe that. And we mirror that. Our kids mirror their parents. We mirror our cultures. We mirror what we see. These things are going in our body. So there's that. The challenge is figuring it out and how to systematize it and simplify it for our patients to improve that.
What if aging isn't about slowing down, but leveling up? I'm Dr. Achint Choksy. This is the Longevity Leaders Podcast. Welcome to the Longevity Leaders Podcast. I'm Dr. Achint Choksy, and what you're about to hear is part of a special series recorded at the Disrupt Clinical event, where the world's top health, medicine, and longevity experts gather to share their latest breakthroughs, strategies, and real-world results. Let's dive in to the conversation.
I appreciate you very much. So we have about 10, 15 minutes, and we're going to get started. So I've talked to a handful of you. So I titled this Magic of Knowing How to Change Epigenetics, since epigenetics is everything what we do, all of our behaviors, everything in our 10 senses or 5 senses. And in this longevity field, we are talking about cellular medicine. So I have a background in cellular medicine as well. So I'm going to share 2 solutions, but let's go on a journey together. So this is my epilogue. This is how it started 20 years ago. When you serve others, you find the hidden treasures. You discover the knowledge of life. When you develop that inner strength that to learn spontaneously, then you acquire and preserve this discovered knowledge. And with this knowledge, we get a undisguised perspective. And that's when you ask, why am I here? Why am I here? So I've been asking this to myself and to God. And each day I get to find out a new purpose, a new solution, a new answer that lets me know I'm walking on the right path. And that's why I'm here. So one of the things that I've understood over many years of listening to the universe, to the entire kingdom, the way it interacts with me, that God is always listening to me. And it's always listening to you. He's always answering prayers, and the universe is giving me those answers, whether now or later. And I'm just trying to be aware of that. And when I get those answers, I have to develop the strength to walk on it. So it's a little bit of a table of content, share. You can take a picture. I can share the slides with you afterwards. So I have an ACE integrative health practice and a bunch of my accolades and whatnot. But went to Wright State, Ohio State. That runs deep. Went to A4M, did SSRP, Cellular Medicine Fellowship with Dr. Seeds. And I did train as a yoga teacher, certified by Ayush Ministry of India as their top level medical yoga professional, and spent a bunch of months in pyramids in India and monks and meditated and done crazy stuff to understand the spiritual aspect to physiology. And it opened up to me. Every yoga posture has a physiological connection to every disease. So one practice is in Mason, another one is in California and Palo Alto. I work with these teams and many more, and a lot of other athletes. Come on. So the culture of my practice is ACE, culture of ACE My Health is ACE, culture of what I am attempting to practice and improving every day is this: affirming, confirming, experiencing based off of spiritual knowledge. One of them is shared in Philippians 6, 7, and 8. And if you know those, you will know them. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it. But when patients come to us, this is step 1, affirming their affirmations about their health, changing their belief. And that connects to their genes. What we believe in is sending signals to our genes. Every single word correlates to a codon. What we say matters. So I try to change that as soon as patients come in. And then work is the confirmation, and the experience is what is eternal. And that's the focus of the practice. That's the focus of the genetic test. That's the focus of everything I do. So the question to you is, do you want to be a hero for your patients? Most of you already are heroes for your patients, and we're always improving. And, I shared somebody the other day, Sean Berkey, and he is a hero, a literal hero, fought for us, won, has saved, hundreds of lives from pairs of quadriplegia and bringing them back, and he has done something amazing. So I just like to talk about it. So for all of us, let's visualize this little goal. What we're doing is twofold in our practices. Most of us are somewhere in that ballpark. We are either removing toxins and then we are helping them regenerate. That's kind of the simplified version of it. We can go down into all the biological, cellular, genetic pathways, but this is what we're doing. So detox is one, stem cells is another. I have testimonial video, but looking at the time, this David, he came in to my office paralyzed, essentially. Couldn't move a single bone. It took him 6 hours to get up out of the bed. And a year and a half later, he's running and golfing, and he's 80 years old. And that's the journey of that. So the questions are, do we want to reverse root causes of diseases, which are pathogens and toxins, at a physical level? At an emotional level, those are emotional programs. And at a genetic level, how all of these epigenetic things, including thoughts, toxins, pathogens, interact genetically to carry out, to produce proteins and outcomes. So that's the pathway. The epigenetics is everything that interacts with us that sends signals to our body. That's the epi outside of the genes. Genes are receiving the signal through our 5 senses or 10, and then we get the outcome. Proteins, chemicals, whatever that gets produced, we get to feel it. It feeds the loop back into the brain, and we continue to do those things with positive feedback or negative feedback. So we have 2 solutions, and I want to show it to you. One is redox, and the other one is genetic. It's because we want to precisely understand the gene so that we can work on all the epigenetic pathways, which is through our behaviors, whether it's supplements, what you see, the light, the sound that you hear, the touch that you feel, whatever. So we're going to go on a very quick journey. You guys already know this. You have heard this hundreds of times in at least last hundreds of sentences in the last 2 days. Hallmarks of aging. So there's a lot of hypothesis of aging. One of the key foundation for me, the hypothesis of aging, is that we believe and we mirror our cultural understanding of aging. If a 60-year-old is supposed to look like that, maybe when I get to 60, I'm going to look like that. So we subconsciously believe that. And we mirror that. Our kids mirror their parents. We mirror our cultures. We mirror what we see. These things are going in our body. So there's that. The challenge is figuring it out and how to systematize it and simplify it for our patients to improve that.
If you're a medical doctor, nurse practitioner, chiropractor, or other health expert that's stuck in a broken system, there's a better way. The Freedom webinar shows you a proven 5-step system to build a 7-figure virtual health practice, or how to modernize your current brick and mortar practice without the burnout. Learn to create high-ticket programs, automated income, residual revenue, and attract clients ready to work with you. Book your $1 million strategy session today by clicking the link in the description.
There are other hypotheses. Scientifically, we have genetic, free radical, mitochondrial, immune. I'm not going to bore you to that. You've seen this picture already, so we're just going to move past it. There are many things, but all of this boils down how we're responding to all of these factors. That's the epigenetic. There's genomic instability, telomeres. I'm not going to go over it because you already seen half of these things. Telomere attrition, there's senescence, there's protein, macrophage, autophagy, nutrient sensing, dysfunction, dysfunction, dysfunction. All of it is dysfunction, right? And we kind of understand that as we age, our ability to be efficient at a cellular level decreases. That's why we want the help from stem cells. That's why we want the help from peptides, because we're not doing it ourselves at some level. So the most important slide about all of this I'm going to bring is this: redox, importance of redox. And here's why. It affects these three cycles: TCA cycle, lipid metabolism, and amino acid biosynthesis. And this, I knew this, but we verified it. And Dr. Jasby out there at Theorem kindly gave me this slide. He made this slide and he gave me this link. But you can see redox pathways are way more important than methylation. The number of genes that are affected is a lot. These are all the biological reactions that are happening in your body. It doesn't cover the protein folding and misfolding, but that's what it is. So we want to focus on the redox. I did my own due diligence to give the redox molecules, get it tested at another facility, and we found out that they are awesome. They affect all of those three pathways. Although we don't know exactly, I have an NDA, so I can't tell you. But I did it myself so that I know that my credibility is there when I recommend something to my patient. So that's step one, detox, right? We are doing detox and regeneration. So detox, in my practice, redox molecules are number one. They make everything go faster. 20% of our genes, or 1,400 plus genes, are allocated for redox in our body. If we want to do this for our patients, we need this on board. And I've done it over and over again with my patients. So just want to share simple, my patient labs. You see the gap between this and this. So this is previous number, this is current number. This is without detox, without ASEA. This is without ASEA. It's very close. Again, this is with ASEA. You start noticing it starts expanding. This starts expanding. We're going to start seeing, this one is without ASEA, the other one was with ASEA. It is almost in the middle. But with ASEA, things starts expanding. We're seeing acceleration of detox, speeding up of toxins coming down. And I obviously use cell core and other herbs and other Ayurvedic herbs and other detox protocols and fasting and, you name it, we use it. But ASEA makes all of those genes work faster. And that's what I've seen it. I've seen it in my practice. We have data to prove it, genetic data to prove it. Again, without detox, with detox. The ranges are huge. The speed at which these people decrease things is huge. It's extremely fast. So now we have a GI patient, autoimmune patient, any patient, everybody, all of us. We all have toxins. We don't want what doesn't serve us in our body. That's the name of the game. What doesn't serve you shouldn't be in your body. Again, with ASEA, bigger ranges. With ASEA, bigger ranges. Some are not. Some don't get there. Barium, I asked the patient, how did it go up? Well, she had a barium test. That's why it went up. So if something goes up, we ask them. We figure it out. With ASEA, ranges are huge. With ASEA, ranges are even bigger. Again, it's an easy test. With ASEA, this is on my slide out there you've seen this. This is a 3-month result. And if I can say in 3 months, I've removed somebody's 25% of their toxins, even few of them, I'm helping their biological processes work better. This is PFAS chemicals, waterborne chemicals, the water that we are all drinking, how clean it is. We're still ingesting it. We want to remove these things. So yellow to green, right? So it happens really fast. And this is, again, 3-month result. All right, maybe you can see it up there. February 21st, August, so 6-month result. So this is August, and up top left, there's a date for the current service. And aluminum. When have we seen aluminum go from over 145 to 11 in 6 months, right? That's the power. I love these patients to have uranium and cesium and tellurium, all of these things go down easily without any issues. And then we see anti-aging happen. And this is a 3-month result. 71 becomes 65, omic age. You saw Isaac's. This is a 3-month result. I did the same thing I do with everybody else, peptides and all of the other things, but ASEA made it go faster. And pace of aging also improved. The speed at which you're aging improves. Here's the other study. So that's detox. So just wanted to present my own case that I disregarded ASEA. I thought it was voodoo magic. then proved it, and now I think it's one of the best things on my practice. So if you're willing to try it if you want to, and prove it to yourself. Second thing is regeneration, right? Now we went from detox, and now we're at regeneration. This is where peptides come in. This is the future of medicine. I've done 4+ years of training with seeds and A4M and all of this stuff, and done all kind of peptides. Presenting at Peptide World Congress in July as well. If you're coming there, I'll see you. But point is, I wanted to make it more precise. Not just listen to somebody else and say, hey, look, just similar to pharmacogenomics, we can do peptide genomics. And we're the first one. This conference, you guys are the first one to hear it, right? And that's an attempt to make it better. Our approach to recommending peptides can be a little bit better for less than $400. So that's something. And as the data comes out more, it's going to get better. As more research comes out for more genetic variant correlation, it's going to get better. I'm not going to be the only one in the market who's going to have something like this, right? So we have it, and that's where the epigenetic comes in. And this is where the precision approach to doing it. We're doing 50 million variants, no imputation data, no guesswork. It's accepted in the industry to lie, to guess people's genetic data and tell them that they have something when they don't, just because of the statistical analysis of 99% accuracy. But, women over there in Asia, how many of them end up with breast cancer when they have BRCA genes? And we are focused on one gene when 10,000 of the variants are responsible for breast cancer. Right? So we're wasting time by chasing one variant at a time when majority of the Asian women have BRCA. And they don't end up all of them with breast cancers. So I just wanted to present these two solutions. And both of them were perfect for virtual practices. The majority of my stuff is virtual as well. I have 2 practices, brick and mortar. But this is how we can incorporate a simple link to send it out to say. Now, if you do it, it will make our future better. So next 6 months from now, when I present more data again, maybe here or somewhere else, all our collective effort will make this process, the collective anti-aging longevity protocols, work better. And that's what my ask is. That I need as many patient data as possible because I'm doing it. But as we do more, it gets better. I'm not using any AI for recommendation. In the recommendation, if you do the genetic test, I'm actually giving my protocols. So when you click on suggestion in the report, it will tell you my protocol, not some AI link, which is a lot of people are doing. And the genetic data is off the grid, not connected to any servers. We built our own servers. So it's not even connected. I don't even have access to it unless I go in person. So we're also doing other things and glycanase and all of this other ages, which is a trackable data. So this is at the end. So now, if you want to take a picture of this, these are my patients. I would appreciate if you don't share it with the world. This is for you to look at the testimonials, the journeys of my patients. Just please don't share it with the world because I don't want to be responsible for a HIPAA violation. Although everybody has given me rights to share it, but I would still appreciate that. So if it only comes from me. But this is a scan. It has a Google photo link. You can watch all the videos you want, and it will be awesome. So what are we going to do? That's the question, right? So I'll leave you with that question to ponder. How are we going to unite and make this a positive world? And that's it. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, I appreciate it. I know a few people who are here. Yesterday, they had 9.5 out of 10 migraine after 2 Imitrex. And they tried the gold nanoparticle, and it went to 0 in 10 minutes. Migraines after 2 Imitrex went to 0. Another patient here had, right here, since he volunteered her name, she had 40, 50 years of tinnitus in both ears, more than that, maybe 30, whatever, something like that, went to 0 in 10 minutes. I have these type of patients all day long. When that's the win, closes my programs almost 100% of the time.
Thanks for listening to the Longevity Leaders Podcast. Our Longevity Leaders community is on mission to transform 100 million lives by 2040. If you enjoyed this show, please share this with somebody that you know, especially another doctor or physician, but also click that follow button. Until next time, stay strong and live long.